There you
go. Welcome back to the CrossUp Podcast. I am your host, Jeremy. Once again, joined by Elden Ring. We have 4 guests today. 3 returning, 1 new. Returning is Kensu, our editor-in-chief. We have Xeon, and we have Eliza. And new to the podcast is Billy. Say hello, Billy. What's up?
Hello. How y'all folks doing?
Doing good. This is a special episode. If you ever seen a Jubilee video Surrounded, you know what this is going to be. We have Daquan here, who speaks out of pocket all the fucking time. Let me tell you.
I speak great words.
Gandalf
of video games,
bro.
Terrible.
Gandalf of video games is fucking wild, dude. There's no shot.
That's crazy.
Exactly.
With some of the shit you've said, that's crazy.
So the idea here is to have Daquan have 3 claims. We have 5 debaters. It'll be a 20-minute time limit for each claim. I'm gonna count down to 3, 2, 1, and whoever raises their hand first will debate Daquan first. At any point, if the majority of you, which is gonna be 3, raise your hand or make some type of gesture, that person who's debating Daquan will step out. I'll count down again, and the next person will debate Daquan, and then so on and so forth. At the end of all 3 claims, Daquan will choose one person to debate and have debate their own claim. Sounds good?
Sounds easy enough.
All right. So, Daquan, you can do your claims in any order you want. You don't have to go.
So just choose one. And
just choose one. So whenever you're
ready,
ready,
even get started, Daquan. Skyrim's whack. Carry on.
I'm happy that is that statement. We're gonna hold on to that. I'm just letting you know we're gonna hold on to that. So first thing, we're gonna come out the gate swinging because I'm gonna stand on this until the day I die. The Soulsborne games, Dark Souls, Elden Ring, all that other nonsense. They're massively overrated, and only feel difficult because of intentionally terrible archaic design choices rather than genuine skill-based challenges.
All right, 3, 2, 1.
So,
okay, so
you can't say your mama. Go ahead.
No. I'll agree with you. They're overrated. I'm not gonna argue that point. I think they're massively overrated. They're fucking. Every game is trying to be a Soulsborne in some way or some fashion. I'm not gonna argue that point. What I'm gonna argue is why you think they're overrated, and I just completely disagree. Now, if we're talking about like actual, like what I would consider premium Soulsborne experiences like Dark Souls 3, Elden Ring, Sekiro is technically a Soulsborne because it's made from software, so we're gonna include it. All of those games have intentional designs, feel really good, have multiple ways to play them, and they're not hard because they're hard to control or maneuver around. They're hard because the bosses you have to learn, and all of the bosses are designed to be visually I'm gonna say not easy, but you can visually see how the moves work, and just sitting there and basically just repetition will help you learn the bosses. Some people are faster than others. Now, I would believe that second claim if we're talking about more of the generic Soulsborne titles that kind of get thrown out there. As an example, I just tried to play Code Vein recently, a game that I thought I'd probably be a fan of. It's supposed to be a Soulsborne, just in an anime art style and story and environment. Game's dog shit. I'm sorry. Like I'm right. I don't like it. I think it controls horribly. It wasn't that fun to play. But yeah, so I'll let you, talk back on those points. I just think inherently, if we're talking about like premium Soulsborne experiences, you're just wrong on the second half of that claim.
Okay. Is this my time to?
Yeah. Because it's a conversation, so we can go at it.
Okay, good. Okay, cool. Let's put it like this. Not that every game needs to be accessible, right? I don't believe that. That's a stupid thought process to me. However, I think there is a difference in the intentionality of like frames, distance, poking like that, where you have it in like hero shooters and fighting games. Those are like way more. I'm trying to curate a certain experience for you to understand how the dance is supposed to work, versus this game. Any of these games, Now, it's who's willing to hit their head against this thing long enough before they figure it out. I should not have to die 200 times before I figure out how to take out a skeleton. Yeah, you can say, "Oh, get better." All the other grades. You suck. Cool. Whatever that statement is. If I have to die to this boss, and not even the boss, a single enemy many times to figure out how to kill it, that's not good design. Not good design. No.
I mean, inherently, there's like I can see your point, but at the same time, like unless people are willing to put in the work of finding out how, like an example, right? You brought up fighting games. If people aren't willing to look up how in a fighting game how to deal with certain situations, guess what's gonna happen? They're just gonna bash their head into the wall until they figure it out. It's basically how it works. Now, in Elden Ring, just like in fighting games, people will show you how to deal with all of that bullshit. Online, in guides, forums, you can do the same thing for any of those Elden Ring bosses.
That conversation, there are players on the other side of those fighting games.
Okay, wouldn't it be easier then because you're just dealing with a CPU with a what's it called? With like a set move set, so you already know as soon as you see this animation, this is what's gonna happen.
Not necessarily because it's random.
Yeah, but it's not entirely random. It's not like it's not just like, oh, this is a move now, I'm gonna act, this is what's coming out. It's based on your positioning, where you are in front side of the bot. Like there's moves that are supposed to happen at random depending on where you are on the map in correlation to the boss. That's how they're designed.
My thing is the overall randomness of the fight, not necessarily like the individual like moment to moment bit. Like again, if I'm in a fighting game and let's say Mortal Kombat because it's one of the best things to play here, right? If I'm sitting here and somebody's like, "Oh, we're gonna run it as Homelander," right? They got Homelander. Homelander has some of his flying kit. If I don't understand Homelander's like flying kit as another player is playing him, all right, that could be a problem because that could be Homelander's best situation. But it's up to the other player to be really good at Homelander to use that flying bit for it to be a problem to me. If it's not, then he just don't know what he's doing with a good character. Versus something like Dark Souls, because everything's random. You don't know if you're going to run into, or I hopped on today and I just beat this boss really easily, or I hopped on today and I don't know what's going on. This thing is just a freak of nature. At that point, if I can't tell what type of gameplay I'm going to get, I don't like your design. That bothers me. That's me. That's the random shit on my end. Because I know we ain't talking about it. If I hop into Skyrim, I know what that Draugr going to do. He going to swing 2 steps, and then I can back up. I can throw an ugly little fireball. They ain't going to do no damage, and I can swing again. Every single time, no problem.
Along the same line though, well, Monster Hunter's just as random.
Hold up, you. But for Monster Hunter, guess what? You can track the beast, get data on the beast, understand what you need to do to beat the beast before you meet the beast. Good game design.
Well, if we're talking about just the bosses don't move. They're in one location. You know where they are.
But you know how to fight them, though. That's my thing. Like, to actually beat the boss, like to take out what you're trying to do, they set you up for success and stuff like Monster Hunter. And I know it's a whole different game philosophy between the two. But again, if you're talking about giving the player the best type of edge to deal with what's in front of them, Dark Souls, the Soulsborne, everything just does a horrible job at it. They just do horrible. I'm sorry. It's trash. It's actually garbage.
I'm trying to think of how to phrase this. No, I'm not even gonna bring that into the discussion. I'm trying to find out how I'm gonna fucking phrase this. I think Dark Souls, especially the newer Souls games, does a pretty good fucking job of telling you how to deal with the bosses if you're paying attention and looking at what they're doing.
Oh, like Elden Ring?
Yeah, like Elden Ring. I think Elden Ring does I think which one? Night Cavalry or the Dragon?
The first one, the first big boy on the bridge.
What, Tree Sentinel?
I don't know.
You're talking about Godric or Margit. The very first boss you run into. Yeah. All of his moves are super telegraphed.
Never beat him. Nope. Never beat him.
You weren't paying attention.
Never beat him.
You weren't paying attention. All of his moves are telegraphed. They're slow, wind up. Like, you just have to find out the timing.
Oh, that's all I have to do is find out the timing.
Look at his hands, look at his tail.
I have gone online on Dragon Ball Z Fighters. I've gone online in For Honor. I've gone online in all these other games where you gotta be looking at telegraphs and fake pumps, all the other crazy stuff. I have had less time being annoyed online with those goofies than dealing with that character on that bridge.
I mean,
Nah,
I can't.
nah, you
That's
got
just
bad design. It's bad design.
that's not bad design just because you
Nah, that's
didn't
bad
have a
design.
good time with it. I'm sorry.
I couldn't have a good time. It's not that I didn't. I couldn't. I'm just dying, and I'm not learning. I'm dying. That's all it is. What's
I-
your name?
yeah.
Elijah,
think
did
that's-
you raise your hand?
Yeah, I think that's 3 now. So
Okay, that's
we
3.
can
All
swap,
right.
yeah.
All right. Cool. All right. 3, 2, 1. Do it again. I saw 2 hands go at the same time. 3, 2, 1. Kensu.
Okay. I'm waiting for this.
I'm just waiting for this.
I'm waiting for this. So I want to say that number one, I agree with you 100%.
Okay.
Against the vast majority of what you're saying, I agree with you. The only part I don't agree with you is the randomness of it. I think what it sounds like to me is your distaste for the series or those styles of games makes you not want to learn how to deal with it. Based on how liking For Honor and whatnot, you have more of a willingness because you like that more. So I hear you, but that's just willful negligence. It's the best way to put it, in my opinion. Now, unlike Cheeto, I don't line up Sekiro in the same vein as any of the Souls games. That's a Tenchu game before it was. It's not a Souls game. At that rate, you can go back to Tenchu 1, 2, and 3 and tell me that's a Souls game. I'd look at you stupid. No disrespect, obviously, right? But those games are not. They were before that style of what you know now. So at that point, you'd classify Sekiro as a Tenchu style. It's a stealth game, more or less. It just has quote unquote Souls-like features such as the bonfire. I guess if you throw a bonfire in the games, I guess it's a Souls game, right? Fair enough, right? But I also don't really lump games like Neo in that either, because the way you play Neo is completely different than any of the Souls games, because the stance canceling key and all that stuff like that have like cancels that make the game way more interesting than just dodge, roll, dodge, roll, dodge, roll. So I understand that point of view. I agree with you again in the fact that Soulsborne games are actually freaking annoying, because Stellar Blade, I'm 99.2 fucking percent confident that game was a Devil May Cry game before they fucked it up and made it what it was. So there's where I agree with you again. Because they're like, once you beat the game and it's no longer a Souls, like, you get these extra chips that make it feel more like a regular action game. Which to me is like, I love this game, but this wasn't necessary. You did this because the market's saying people like Souls games. And much like you, I'm a Ninja Gaiden DMC head. Even freaking Shinobi, like old PS2 Shinobi, Nightshade, those games are sick because of the way you dispatch enemies. Action games have been like completely cooked into this. They're all baked into this dodge, roll, 1, 2, dodge. Like, do you know how fun it was watching me as a Ninja Gaiden player, watching Osmond Ghost struggle playing NG2? And I'm like, bro, this game is not even that hard. You're sitting here with the freaking Enma's Fang, like, oh, I got big sword, now I get to do big damage. Bro, just use the dragon sword, just get good. Like, the neat part about action games is that you can learn how to play the game with all the weapons and play differently. So in coming back to the Soulsborne things, yeah, I agree with you. I think you need to go play, if you didn't already play Sekiro, I think you should play that. I think you should play Neo, and maybe Wolong. Maybe. You could touch those games and probably feel way better about that style of game, or even Lies of P. You'd probably feel better with these games than like Dark Souls. And I'm not even gonna hold you. I think I'm on your podcast, I'm gonna say it with a straight face. I think Elden Ring's garbage. Straight up garbage. I think that game fucking sucks. And I'll tell you why it sucks. You can't tell me you made Sekiro and then you make this. I'm sorry. Bullshit. Oh, this intentional, and I'm with Daquan on this whole, the intentional design of the slow, horrible dodge roll. All right, sure. So you put inherent game lag on purpose to say it's a feature. Fuck off. Actually, just like piss off. I'm sorry, like, respectfully. Do not get me wrong. I think Elden Ring is cool in its own right, but like, I couldn't be arsed to play this when I can just go play NG4, I can go play Sekiro again, I can go play Neo. Pick a Neo. 1, 2, 3, all good games. They all offer different things. You wanna play Devil May Cry? Go play Neo 2. You get your Devil Trigger in that game, which I'm telling you, you should play that one. I think you should play Neo. If you never played those games, Daquan, you should play those, especially 2 and 3. If you didn't want to play 1 because it's old, fair enough. At least 2. I think you'll like that, especially if you like Devil May Cry style games. But other than that, like, I agree with you at least at 95%. The rest of it, it just feels like it's just you just don't like this style of game, but you got to find the right one. That's what I think, and I think for you it's Neo. That's what I think. I play Ninja Gaiden. All right, I'm good.
It said I'm done. I'm done. That's well
I
put.
agree.
No, that's well put. That is well put. Very well. I'll give Neo a try. But to your point, yeah, I would rather give games like Neo or Sekiro a try, because inherently, like your point of Sekiro being a different game just with like those layers on it, I would rather that experience than like it is designed as a Souls game, because me and Souls games, no, you cannot tell me this full swinging across the whole area is good design. Like no, I cannot.
Yeah.
No.
I want to add to that too, because I know where you're coming from about it, because you have games like Lords of the Fallen, Mortal Shell, that they're just like, all right, dude, I get it. You're just trying to cash in. Okay, cool. Mortal Shell, God, that game is, I think it's atrocious. I think Lords of the Fallen starts out like, okay, cool, this is interesting, and then as you move along, it's like,
yeah,
what are you trying to do here? And then Lords of the Fallen 2 feels like more of the same. It's like they're all chasing early FromSoft. They're all trying to chase Dark Souls 2, Elden Ring, even freaking again, another game to your point. It's good. Kazan.
Oh yeah,
Kazan was not designed like that. Yeah, First Berserker was not. It's just like Stellar Blade. These games were not supposed to be this way, but because Soulsborne is because people are. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. This is how I feel about it. It's just people are too dumb to understand action games. I'm sorry, like respectfully. It's like they'll sit here and play like, I'm sorry, I'm probably going overtime and I apologize, but like I'll give you an example. I think Final Fantasy 15 in terms of combat's fucking great. I get it. Whole square, Noctis does his thing. You get rewarded for playing the game like an action game with more EXP, more spoils if you play it like an action game. I could just do this. Yeah, dude, you could do ABC Stinger and beat every Devil May Cry, right? But it's when you sit down and learn how to do the combat where it's like, damn, this is pretty sick. Like I'm willing to bet none of you in this chat can do a Star Raven freaking DMC4, and that's okay if you don't know how to do that, right? But someone who's crazy like me will learn the technical crap of the game and style on the freaking game, because like this is the shit that's in the game. Most people see that and that's cool. Why can't I do that? And then they go make them super easier. Then they like, trust me, I've played all these action games and seeing how the industry's moved. You could see now that these Soulsborne games are getting pushed to the wayside, because you have games like NG4 that just dropped. You have, what was it called? Phantom Blade Zero's coming out. Even though it might not be the best game, freaking Lost Soul Aside also tries to do the same thing. It's like, there's titles that are trying to pull away from the Soulsborne dodge bullshit. I don't know. I can go all day. The last thing I'll say, and I apologize, I'm going over, but I just want to get my shit off because I agree with Daquan.
There's still like 4 minutes left. Keep going.
Okay, cool. No. I feel like Soulsborne games are also played very non-interactive. They don't, like, people will be like, look at me play my mage build and I never have to fight the boss. And then you see me play it and it's like, all right, how can I beat his ass with these gauntlets? Fuck this shit. You know, like you don't normally, because I see there's a lot of min-maxing, because to your other point, you can beat these bosses without even know their patterns. Just level your character up. Doesn't even matter if you have poop gear, as long as your stats are good and you have decent gear. 900 damage. 900 damage, and then just get chunked. Yeah. There's like the interactivity towards the boss goes away, because you can just, this boosts my stats. There's things like that in Ninja Gaiden 4, for example, right? But Godspeed on Master Ninja, you're not gonna get away with that, right? Even if you can't do that, the game still forces you to like learn how to play it, which is another reason why I think you like Sekiro, because like the game teaches you mechanics that you have to use to beat each boss. It's not like, oh, I got my dodge parry and my dodge, I'm good. It's like, no, you need to jump this. You need to make your counter that. You need to hit it this way. Oh, you did this much damage. If you count it all the way, you'll do this much damage. So there's clear tells in the game. You just got to pay attention. Now, I agree with, that's the part where Cheeto, I agree with, like, if you pay attention. But again, I see the type of gamer you are. If it doesn't fit you, or if it doesn't suit you, or it doesn't feel good to whatever capacity, it's like whack. And I respect it. Again, I agree with you at 95%. The other 5% is just willingness based on the type. But I'm done.
I'll take the 95. I'll take the 95. We'll do that.
All right, maybe we have time for like one more person.
You got time for one more person. Who wants to go? 3, 2, 1. All right, Billy.
Oh, Billy ain't playing. I see.
All right, I just make sure I'm answering the right. Could you please repeat the claim so I can stay on topic?
The claim is the Soulsborne games, Dark Souls, Elden Ring, etc., are massively overrated and only feel difficult because of intentionally terrible archaic design choices rather than genuine skill-based challenge.
Man, all right, so many directions I could go with this. I think it depends on what. So we'll isolate it here to the actual Soulsborne games. So that's Demon Souls, Dark Souls 1, Dark Souls 2. I'm counting Bloodborne, and Elden Ring. Right.
Mhm.
I feel like all 5 of these games are made with different design intentions. Now they build upon each other, but they are different. Like Elden Ring. I think I somewhat agree with you because I think some of the design in that game is more difficult for the sake of making it difficult as opposed to like hostile game design.
Mm-hmm.
I think the Dark Souls 1, so for the purpose of this, I'm going to focus on more on Dark Souls 1. I hardly count Dark Souls 2, but whatever. And Bloodborne as like the prime like examples of like the difference between hostile game design and what you call like what I just call difficult for the sake of being difficult. So the difficulty in the Souls games, I feel like a lot of people misinterpret it as like, oh, it's got this reputation as like a Souls game, so it's got to be hard. And I don't really feel like that's the purpose of it. I think the whole idea from Demon Souls is that you have to learn from your mistakes, and you're going to initially walk in and get your ass kicked more than likely because the game world is hostile. It's designed that way so that like it's supposed to like, because in the narratively speaking, you are this one soul entity, whatever, and the entire world has grown to crush everything in the name of some big bad or some thing that's taking over the planet, whether it's like the dark soul or whatever it is. So to reinforce that narrative, right, you have the world
that's time
actively try to kill you.
That's time, but go ahead and finish your point.
So my whole thing with that is that sorry, I lost my train of thought.
Sorry.
Jeremy said time and threw him all the way to the right. I see.
I mean,
it's all good. It's all good.
Gotta keep moving. All right, Daquan, next claim.
The next one? All right.
Mhm.
I'm going to save the one I want for last, so I'm going to go ahead and kick this one here. Call of Duty is the best designed video game in history. Now, hold up. And I mean, as a series. Other series has nailed it, right? The frictionless fun.
No, save it.
Oh, save it. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
save
We'll
it.
just leave it there then.
All right. 3, 2, 1.
I'm really letting this one sit. Hold on a minute.
Yeah,
I have to really think about this one.
Yeah.
Yep. Think about it.
Oh, wait,
Think about
can
the
you
franchise.
repeat it again?
Call of Duty is the best designed video game in history, and I mean the franchise.
Don't lie, brother.
Who wants to go?
I'm gonna just say this real quick.
Yep.
This shit is out of my jurisdiction. Y'all got it. Y'all got it.
Okay. Okay.
I see Zion. All right, go.
It's more in my jurisdiction, but
Respectfully,
I'm gonna say that the older Call of Duties, that's where it was at. I believe like the original Modern Warfares, the original Black Ops from 1 to 3. Everything after that is just repeats, and they try to add some little things here and there to make it better, but they spend more time on cosmetics than the actual gameplay. Like, the servers are garbage, the guns are not balanced, the storylines, like, I didn't even want to play Black Ops 8 campaign because because of the final boss. Like, that just didn't look like a Call of Duty to me. It looked like I'd rather just play zombies and do an Easter egg, because it looked like a zombies Easter egg boss. I don't think Call of Duty has been good in a very long time. I haven't bought a Call of Duty since Cold War, and I recently just bought Call of Duty Black Ops, the new one. What is it, 7 now? Just for zombies. So, like, I think you're kind of in the right direction, but I think it's more of like it cuts down in the middle. Like, it was really good at the start up until like Black Ops 3. When did they go to like Infinite Warfare? Infinite Warfare was good, and then after they got away from the jetpack games and went back to boots on ground, they started going everywhere. Now they have wall bouncing, so they're trying to copy Apex now. It's just like Call of Duty hasn't been that great in a very long time.
No, I clap back, right?
Yeah.
Yep, go ahead.
I just clap back. So my reason for saying this is, one, outside of I think last year, where Battlefield actually like outsold them. Most years they're the most sold game each year. Now, normally I don't be the person to say like, oh, sales equals great game. Not really, because there's a bunch of gotcha people out there and they make good games to me. I'm sorry. It's like, imagine you looking at Transformers. Transformers, and I hate using Michael Bay as like as an example here, but no one thinks Transformers itself is like a garbage film, right? No one looks at it and says this thing doesn't have good production value. Then say like the effects are horrible. They didn't get good cast. What we normally say is the story's trash. I don't understand like why they went over there. This is kind of stupid. This little yelling sequence was dumb. We pick at it because we can. It's an expensive whatever that we know is going to be great to watch, but we'll probably just be like, and walk away because we're expecting that level of greatness, right? Call of Duty, every time you see it, it looks like a movie. It plays fantastic, right? Everybody picks it up. Your grandmother, the uncle, the cousin, everyone can play it. It's on phone now. You got all variations of this damn game. I don't think I can find a single person that can play Call of Duty and say this thing controls horribly. I don't know how to play this thing. It's not intuitive. It is like the cornerstone of FPS, which the largest genre. So if I'm a betting person to say the biggest genre, FPS, and the largest market, Call of Duty stands as the biggest creature. It is just the thing. Even people that go to play Halo, why does it not play like Call of Duty? Horrible example, but just put it out there. Same thing for Battlefield. People go to Battlefield and they're mad because it doesn't play like Call of Duty. Not to say that they should be mad because Battlefield to me plays better than Call of Duty because I prefer Battlefield, but it's just the standard. That's just they did good. They did good. I hate it, but they did good. To me, they did good. So
I could kind of agree with that. I can agree with it being the biggest franchise when it comes to FPS. Like, it's always going to outsell most games. And I think that's just because more of the CDL era. I think people watch a lot of competitive Call of Duty and it gets them wanting to play it because they see these top tier players frying people. So they're like, I could do that. But then they go and play it, buy the game, and then they get absolute shit on. But in terms of like the campaign, I will say yes, they do a very good job at hyping up the campaign, making it look like a movie, making it action based, like you're running around doing this, trying to save this person, killing this person. But at the end of the day, like, I can't really talk much on that because I haven't played a campaign since Infinite Warfare, and that was, I don't even remember that game came out. And ever since then, I just don't play campaigns anymore. I usually stick more to the multiplayer aspect, which for the most part, it's fine. Like I said, the gun balancing sometimes gets out of control. They do weird stuff with like movement. They got omni movement now, slide canceling, wall jumping. It was fine back in the day. Like I could hang with the best of them with jetpacks. But as I get older, it's just like, man, they're just adding. Everybody's a demon now. Everybody can shoot straight. They don't make it skilled anymore. Like especially with Black Ops 7, everybody shoots straight. Like a 3-year-old could pick up a controller and beam you across the map. That's how easy it is to shoot the guns in Black Ops 7. So I get where you're coming from, that it's always going to be at the top. I think Call of Duty will always be at the top until maybe somebody else comes out with a better FPS game and they just outsell everybody. But Call of Duty will always be up there along with Battlefield and freaking. If they make Titanfall 3, that's gonna oversell everything. I'm telling you right now.
Never gonna happen.
I want it to happen. I think everybody wants it to happen. It's probably never gonna happen. But yeah. I get where you're coming from. Yes, it's always gonna be at the top in terms of money selling. Warzone itself makes them a lot of money just with the cosmetics, and it's just kind of like that. I am good.
No hands. No hands.
No hands. No one else wants to talk about Call of Duty.
I'll say something.
Oh, okay.
All
right. Go ahead. I can go after that.
I think Call of Duty is still held by like. I mostly agree with Daquan for most of it, but I think Call of Duty is like more of a fossil that everyone enjoys still now. But I think more of the FPS genre shifted to tactical FPS. That's what the craze is now. That's what everyone plays. I think it's bigger than Call of Duty in terms of like sales, buy skins, even viewer based. It's just like objectively right now a better version of FPS right now because that's what more people are into. It makes more fun because when I played Call of Duty, the last time I played was Black Ops 3, but recently I tried on a free weekend. It's just like every time I go there, I'm just getting shot down like in 1 second, or like if I just peek, I have no response time. Of course, there's like a skill gap because I haven't played in years, don't know what to do, but it's still like it's not a great design in terms. Back before it was like great. That's everyone knew what to do. Now it's like all over the place, all over like it has all this unnecessary feature for the game, whereas you can just pick up a tactical shooter and it's more easier because you know what to do. Unless you're playing Valorant where you have to actually learn the fucking stupid all the characters' abilities. But for example, like a standard CS, I have always played CS from 1.6 to CS2. It's always the standard gameplay. It's always what you expect. And if you want to try hard in CS, just learn the smoke patterns, where to throw what. But that's like every game. You have like a strategy you want to execute. Everyone has to learn. And speaking of like Titanfall 2 is like probably one of the best shooting games I have ever played. Single player, absolutely phenomenal. Even just the creativity of playing the multiplayer is crazy. I saw somebody just shoot a grenade that's just like a black hole just pulling in everything, and the guy used a sniper and it just changes trajectory. Like instead of going straight, it goes down and it just hits somebody and killed. Like that was creativity to the max on Titanfall 2. Yeah, so I think like sure, Call of Duty was great at a time, but holding that like genre like of all time, I don't think so. I think it has done disservice as it gone down through the years. Yeah, that would be my point.
I love Titanfall, but to the point, Call of Duty's still going. Titanfall is over.
Yeah, I get it. I would agree with that. It's just like
It will never die. It will never die. Call of Duty Zombies, the game itself is a zombie. It is
I
a
think-
zombie. It will never die.
EA is just they kind of killed Titanfall with the release schedule and what Titanfall 2 has accumulated as what's it called?
Like
Reputation.
a loyal little base.
Yeah, but the reputation, if Titanfall 3 comes out, and if it ever comes out, and if it doesn't live up to like even the little like the tiniest standard of 2, it's gonna be horribly wrong. So like it has become like a lolcow kinda, because if you fail at Titanfall 3, that game's over. Like it's forever gone. Like the series will be dead forever. It's too big of a thing. If it just has like not even meets the requirements of 2, like how good it was, it's gone. The game's series is bad.
How much time do we have left?
8:40.
Okay.
I have a little something for this.
Go ahead,
actually.
Yeah.
Oh, go ahead.
Can I go?
Okay, go ahead.
Okay. I believe the claim was Call of Duty is the best designed game in history, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Okay. What about
Oh,
Pokemon?
yeah. No.
Yeah. 100%.
No.
It's bigger
No.
than Call of Duty.
No.
It's playing all age ranges. Everyone can pick it up and play it.
No.
Yep. Just like Call of Duty.
Nah,
And
nah,
yeah.
nah,
What?
nah,
Okay.
nah.
What's the argument?
My thing is Pokemon was cards and other things before that conversation occurred. People play Pokemon not because of
It
being a
wasn't.
game.
It was a game first, and that's how it got its popularity in Japan, and then it came here.
We're gonna look this up later. I'm gonna
It's
double check them.
1995 Pokemon for the Game Boy. You can look it up. It was Game Boy. It was a game first.
I'm gonna look up them numbers between Call of Duty and Pokemon. We're gonna go back and forth on that one.
Can I for
However-
a second?
Yep.
All right. On the strength of you asking for numbers, I looked it up myself.
Yeah.
Just
Okay,
real
good, man.
quick. Pokemon is the highest grossing media franchise worldwide,
Of all time.
100 billion lifetime, whereas Call of Duty top selling shooter franchise 30 billion lifetime.
It's not even close.
It's not even close.
No.
Carry on.
Okay. Carry on the plan of today. Okay, look. Sit down and say your average person is probably not going to play Pokemon before they play Call of Duty.
I disagree.
That's my thought.
I disagree.
I'm
I
saying
hard
this. Look,
disagree.
here's my point. If I walk into a school randomly, let's say a middle school, right? I walk into a middle
100%
school.
all of them play Pokemon.
Hold on. Wait. I walk into a middle school, right? And I have a Switch and I have a PlayStation 5. One of them has Call of Duty on it. The other one has Pokemon, whatever weird thing that they're on right now. And I walk into this school and say, pick one. They pick in the PS5 and they play in Call of Duty.
No, they're
They're
picking the
gonna do it.
PS5 and playing Fortnite. But the real answer is probably Pokemon.
I mean, maybe
I
I'm gonna immediately install Fortnite.
yeah,
No.
they're
Jesus Christ.
Daquan,
No.
I'm sorry. You don't win this one.
you don't win
Look,
it
I'm
against
saying-
Pokemon. It's because like
Respectfully,
I
you don't.
agree. I agree. When you look at Call of Duty, super well graphics, usually really high quality made. And sure, you can make the argument that Pokemon obviously graphically doesn't look great. It doesn't look great most of the time. But as far as design and implementation and obviously popularity and sales, you're not going to be Pokemon.
I'm going to add to you,
Yeah.
Cheeto. This shuts down Daquan, and I'm sorry, Daquan. It shuts
Oh,
this
let's run
this part shuts you down. I'm only adding to his point because I like data.
Yeah.
Cultural penetration, cultural recognition. Characters like
That's
Pikachu are
true.
universally recognized across all ages and genders, often comparable to Disney characters in mainstream popularity. Call of Duty's recognition is largely concentrated within the video game audience alone. In other words, culturally speaking, Pokemon outweighs.
Anything Call
Culturally.
of Duty has ever done.
All right. All right, fair. I think in this one is in my statement, I'm talking about it being like the actual game's design. Now, Pokemon is the greater franchise in total. But
Sure.
the comparison y'all made to Disney, I think, is more important than like the actual comparing it to Call of Duty. Like, I don't know many people that say Pokemon plays better than Call of Duty. they will say like, "Oh, I enjoy Pokemon more than Call of Duty."
That's not a fair
They're not gonna
comparison.
say-
That's not a fair comparison.
But
in
that's my
opinion.
point. Like, you play Pokemon.
No,
because
no.
you get a Pikachu,
The reason I was cutting you off there, and I don't think it's a fair comparison, because I don't
Yeah.
ever think I've ever met someone that loves Pokemon and it's like, oh, dude, the way that they don't talk about the way that it plays.
They don't wait in place. No,
But
no,
the
not at all.
reason because it's a simple turn-based game with simple mechanics, which makes it a really good design. Anyone can pick it up, anyone can understand it, and it's not a hard game to follow as where you need to go or what you need to do.
Yeah.
It's easier to pick up. If I were to go get my mom, who's never really played games, to try Pokemon or Call of Duty, guess what? She's gonna have an easier time on Pokemon, and she'll probably enjoy Pokemon.
Maybe. This is maybe true. Maybe true. Maybe who knows?
Can I actually make an argument in support?
Yeah, there
of
are 4
this?
minutes. There are
Yeah,
4
go
minutes
for it.
left. Billy,
Go
ahead.
for it.
Uh-huh.
I would off of the strength of just like game design, right?
Mhm.
Call of Duty, especially over the years, as we've gone through the sequels, has like eliminated all, you say yourself, eliminated all friction from the game design. Like literally anything that would possibly cause a player to disengage from the live servers, from any of that, they took out, right? And that's not always a bad thing, but what gives games their texture, I guess if that makes sense, is intentional friction, and they have removed all intentional friction from the game. And what's crazy is that Pokemon actually still keeps some of that friction. They've removed some of it. Like, there's like the whole XP shared thing that I still don't really agree with, but they have removed. They still actually have some friction in the game. The fact that you can only still use 6 Pokemon at a time or carry them around with you in the main series games, of course, is different than some of the spinoffs. The fact that you still have to go to a Pokemon Center to like heal your Pokemon if you don't have enough potions. You have to still buy Pokeballs and stuff like that. These are elements of smaller, but elements of friction that still exist in this game that give the game texture, that make it feel like Pokemon. But like if you there are other examples, like we talked about Souls. They use friction in their game design to create tension and kind of build the thing in the world or whatever. And I think just over time, there's been more I think friction in some of the earlier Call of Duties where, you know, they had difficulties where the shit was really, really hard. They're the early ones. I don't even think did you have recovering health in some of the early Call of Duties? Is that something that they added? Correct me if I'm wrong.
I think it was added in Call of Duty 2 or 3.
And then I feel like in one of the World War II games, they actually took it out and they replaced it with like a mechanic where you had to like call to your buddy and he had to like throw you a health pack. I don't know if any of you guys have played the it was the Sledgehammer one.
World at War. I don't actually remember that in World at War.
Not World at War. The one after that, the newer one.
Oh, World War II.
Whatever the World War II one was that was actually like from this decade.
Yeah, I think it was World War II.
Yeah. So that one they actually tried removing one of those like moments where they chopped off some of the friction in the gameplay, and I think for the most part, I feel like a lot of people actually really like pointed to that as like a really cool thing that they changed in the campaign. So I make that point to say that the fact that they've removed all barriers to like not engaging with the game actually makes it like hit less hard. I didn't really oversimplify.
Because if you were to play a game with similar mechanics to Call of Duty, you could be like, yeah, it's like Call of Duty, but there's nothing defining, in my opinion, of a Call of Duty other than like zombies as Call of Duty.
Because there's no friction. That's my whole thing.
I want to add to the Pokemon point is also like Pokemon's a like turn-based game, right? For example, last year's best-selling turn-based game, Expedition 33. It's like Expedition 33 sold like 6 million total sales. Still, Pokemon ZA, it was a horrible game. I played it and I still think it's really horrible. It sold 2 times more. Like, it's still both are a turn-based game, but it's like being a bigger game that will survive generations to come doesn't mean necessarily like it's well designed or
No,
it's gonna be better.
Yeah, which is my thing for Pokemon. I don't think Pokemon is like so amazing designed as a video game. I think it's just a well designed piece of media. Like you can take the thought of
But keep going.
I was gonna say,
That's
yeah,
fair.
that same argument can be used for Call of Duty. I think older Call of Duties are designed phenomenally, but not new ones.
Cool. That's it for that.
You know, we gonna come back to this in the next little episode, but we're gonna come back to that. Okay.
All right.
So
Last claim.
Last
I'm
one.
scared for this one, man.
greatest one, and it is the truth. I don't care what anybody says here, and it'll be fine. So to me, Skyrim was the last true innovation in video games.
Who wants to start this bullshit? You.
I'm not letting that
Hold up.
slide. Nope, I can't
Hold
do
up.
that. So don't get me wrong. I think we've gone on multiple episodes to at least acknowledge that Skyrim did a lot for Western RPGs. Now, I don't like using the word innovating because it's what I think is they took previous elements and just made them really good, like executed on a really, really high level. So I would consider it as a superior iteration than innovation. But that's like really technicality. We'll skip that part. We can't say that Skyrim from 2011 was the last true innovation in gaming, whether you like it or not, because we have games like Battle Royales that completely changed the landscape of things. Soulsborns, whether you like it or not, completely changed the landscape of gaming. Those things, whether you like it or not, are still innovations that completely impacted the industry across the board.
That's it. That's it.
Oh, I mean, I got more, but I want to see what you have to say to that so we can actually have the conversation.
Okay, my thing is, for you saying that they just iterated, right? It was iteration and they did it better.
Yeah.
There is a reason RPGs are now creeping to compete with FPSs, and that has never been the case until after Skyrim was put together. Like there is something to be said about innovation in like game theory and why a game is put together the way it is. Without Skyrim, like I mentioned, we would probably not have gotten Destiny the way that we did, because it's hard to sell role-playing experience on that type of scale, on top of saying we can mix it with live service. Granted, Bungie, again, they've done some Halo stuff, but even the thought process of opening up Halo for more like open world or open spaces, Skyrim did it. Now we iterate and see, oh, that makes sense. Let's do this. Most things that we have right now on these larger scales would not have happened if other people didn't get monies from doing things that copied Skyrim. We wouldn't have. Investors wouldn't be able to say, oh, we will go ahead and drop you a couple $100 million for this. As all they do now is point Skyrim. Skyrim, but with guns. Skyrim, but with aliens. Skyrim, but with this. Every single time. Money. All the monies. That's all I'm saying. There is no other game that you can sit down and say this but that, and people say, here's your money.
See, but that's the thing. Like, that's why I was getting into the technicality of like the wording. Because yeah, Skyrim can still be a massively influential game without being innovative.
But in the design itself is the innovation. Like,
Well,
I don't
okay,
mean
so
something about
let's talk about the design of Skyrim then. I would
Yeah.
consider and describe Skyrim as a free to go anywhere, seamless open world that doesn't have loading screens, with a very dumbed down dog shit combat system and very simple leveling system.
Cut that
Correct?
out.
Am I wrong?
Wrong. Absolutely wrong on
So-
how that is done.
So as far as the free anywhere to go open world, guess who already did it before? Oblivion, Morrowind. And it's from the same series. They've already done it, but they executed at a higher level. They improved upon it. It's still just an iteration. Now, the leveling system, as far as an RPG, Skyrim is still an RPG. It has role-playing elements at a very dumbed down, simplified level.
Dumb down. Okay.
And then I don't even want to talk about the combat, because even for when it came out, it felt dated in 2011. So where are we innovating?
We're innovating in what Billy mentioned about the friction. Skyrim, let's take it like this.
There's a difference between friction that is, again, intentional to make it more engaging and have things that we like really bought up. But there's also just friction that puts people off the game. There's a reason people mostly run around Fusro dying and using magic, because the fucking melee combat is dog shit.
But to the point again about the friction, I was using that as a point of the reason Skyrim as far as the innovation, they have perfected what to do with the friction. That's kind of the conversation. Like, yes, people can say I'm gonna run around in Fusro Daw instead of meleeing because melee is dog or whatever, right? We can say that. Or I'm gonna run around in stealth archer because why even use the magic? It like hits like a wet napkin, right? All those conversations. the friction is intentionally to say you can, but what will? That's like the friction you get that was not designed until that point.
Oblivion.
And Morrowind, okay, put it like this: in Oblivion, and I'm going to use these guards as an example. You had in some scenarios, you would have to kite enemies to a guard to live a scenario,
Yeah.
right? You would need the guard to solve your problems, because like I can't do this. No matter what I try, no matter what my decisions are, I'm just gonna kite him to the guard, and that's gonna be the hero. He's the hero of my story. That
Yes.
person. And Skyrim though,
Guess what? It improved upon that set system, and it's an iteration.
I don't know a guard in Skyrim that can take down like no.
No, not the fucking guard,
Yeah.
but the combat
No.
system that Oblivion had, which didn't work out as well because you had to go run around. So that was the solution. There's the problem. Here's the solution. The guard was the solution. Skyrim said, this is the problem. We're going to use this same system, improve upon it.
But it's more than just improving upon it, though, because now if you don't have the guard there, now the conversation is how do we design this to where the player can solve the problem? Like that opens up another conversation of.
I'm not even
okay,
including the
our
guard in
skills.
this. It was just the combat system.
Yeah,
The
just
combat
an example.
system.
Yeah.
Yeah, the combat system
Yeah.
was improved so the player could deal with most of the situations on its own. It's not innovating
Correct.
the combat system. Nothing was added. It's still pretty much a similar system. It's just improved, and now you have agency.
Okay, we'll accept that. Let's hold that. Let's hold that one. I'm gonna hold that one for the time being. Skyrim is the sum of it all. Is the point? Like putting it all together is the innovation. Like not necessarily like Skyrim is the best magic system, the best role playing
Well, see,
experience.
I guess
the
that's
best
where we're gonna
characters.
differ. And like I said, I'm willing. I obviously completely understand and acknowledge what Skyrim has done, but I don't consider that because nothing Skyrim did changed how we make it. I guess is the way we just have
How
it
we
like
make what?
like how we make RPGs. It was successful, like realistically, right? Because we still had open world games. They just got improved upon. Like a lot of people like to say Breath of the Wild was innovative. I disagree. So I guess within that line of thinking, we can have games be influential and impact the games, but not be innovative because nothing necessarily changed. Like in the systems that it brought.
I just want to ask: are we talking about purely vanilla Skyrim?
He's
I'm
talking.
not even just talking about purely
modern
vanilla Skyrim. Yeah, I'm not even
As a
just talking
platform.
about as a platform, Skyrim, the game, the openness to like all the above, Skyrim.
I'm gonna throw the rule book out just for a bit. I want to hear Kensu.
That's fine.
Kensu has
Yeah,
something.
I got my point across.
Okay. Much like what I said earlier on, I've been waiting for this one too. This is a long time coming because for those of you watching, I edit this stuff.
He listens to everything.
So I know when this dude says stuff about Skyrim, I sit here in this very chair and I'm like, so for the one time.
Yep.
The same way you feel about the Soulsborne
Souls game?
games,
Mm-hmm.
Skyrim, put that shit in the bin. I'm gonna keep it a stack.
Right next to The Witcher 3.
So I'll tell you why I feel that way. I'll tell you why I feel that way, right?
Uh-huh.
I think Skyrim overall is overrated beyond belief. Almost to the point of how I feel about Final Fantasy VII. And that shit redeemed itself with the new games. Yeah. I'm one of those people. Yeah.
No, I already knew.
Hey Billy,
Hold
grab
that.
me one too.
Hold that. I don't think FF7 is bad. I think it's one of those games that's just as overrated as Skyrim. But it's my thing about that is for different reasons in Skyrim, right? Just to stay on point with Skyrim, like, yeah, this open world nonsense, bet, cool. Whoop-de-doo. All right, cool. It's much like what Cheeto said. There's plenty of other games that gave you that feeling. I think the only thing that pushed Skyrim to where it was in terms of popularity and it's what it did for the industry is because it's a part of Elder Scrolls. That's it. And that's how I feel about Street Fighter 4. oh man, it revitalized fighting games. Yeah, Tekken 6 is still here, Guilty Gear is still coming out, all of the games still coming out, but we had to wait for Street Fighter to give us this big phenomenal boost in fighting games. We didn't need that shit. And that's the same way I feel about this. It's like the genre, or rather mainstream gaming, would have gotten to this point with or without Skyrim. Did it do things that were great? Absolutely. Am I going to put that game up on the top of this pedestal? Absolutely not. And then you mentioned the first person portion. Brother, Dragon Quest been sitting here for millennia. That people in Japan would take weeks off to go beat that. That's a cultural phenomenon in just one region of the world. I don't know anyone that took a day. Well, granted, we are American, but it's a cultural known thing that there's like Dragon Quest Day in Japan. That's a legit thing. You know what I mean? So when I see this, I'm like, yeah, also simplifying RPG mechanics. It's like, I can go back and I'm looking at my library of RPGs here. I can go back to like Legends of Dragoon. I can go look at Vagrant Story. These are all games that did all these innovations. This is back on the PS1. Now, again, I do think that it did do things to help the gaming industry as a whole. But like, I'd be a liar if I didn't tell you that like, oh man, they made this. It's like what Cheeto said. Yeah, do that, but Skyrim. I just vomit because I'm like, you want to be like this? You want your game to be like this? Absolutely not. If you want to give me an open world experience, you can do that without having to use this as your benchmark. Straight up. Sorry, man. I genuinely think Skyrim is by far one of the most overrated titles to exist next to plenty others that I can mention. 100%.
In video game history.
It's up there. At least for me, it's among the top 50 to top 20. Straight up.
Well done.
It's up there. Well, yeah, I mean, I'll keep it a stack. It's definitely up there. It's definitely up there. But your rebuttal, sir.
The statement. So I got a combo here. Okay, Shido made a statement that it would get there eventually. Like we don't need Skyrim, right? So is you the one that said that we didn't need Skyrim? Eventually, a game would have done it. I don't think so. I had that thought before that eventually somebody would do it, and I don't think they would. It's the same thing with Halo. I think if Bungie did not make Halo, we would never have gotten something like Halo. Like there's a very specific thing about why something is designed, the specific team of getting it designed at the time that it was designed. Without that specific concoction, you don't get the game. You don't get that thought process of like a masterpiece. So I am wholly believing, and that's why I stand on like it being an actual innovation. There are ways that they combined all those shitty systems, and I will say this out loud. I think Billy probably heard me say it more than anybody else. Skyrim has a bunch of shitty systems put together, and it works because you have so many options of the shitty systems. But then you get into the modding, and it's like you can just mod those systems out and fix them up, do what you ever want to do with them. There are very few games where you're allowed to like playground in the game itself and still have the game. Like Skyrim is still Skyrim, even if you mod it.
I wanna, and that's where this is where I draw the line, right?
Oh, he's drawing the line.
I'm gonna watch this. I'm gonna take exactly what you just said about needing to do a mod for a game, right? I paid money for this to experience this. You mean to tell me I gotta go let Billy Bob Thornton make this game better for me? Okay, cool. Now let me tell you about a game.
Billy Bob.
There's two games I'm gonna mention here. One of them y'all did a video on already, right? And I'm gonna name one you didn't do a video on. Number one, Legends of Dragoon. Great RPG. No one innovated on that. Nobody. You know what game did? The one everyone was hating on. Expedition 33 is literally Legends of Dragoon on crack. No one has touched this game type since that game has dropped back in 1999. That was the FF7 killer, right? Back then, that's what it was supposed to be, right? No one touched that game design. Not one. Nobody. Not one. Fighting game and RPG design was very rampant, 97 to roughly 2001. I have all the RPGs that do that, mind you. Just and nobody. But these guys that made Expedition 33, like, no one's touched Legend of Dragoon. Let's do that. Everyone's chasing Persona. But no one touched this. People have been crying for Legend of Dragoon Remake to come out or some kind of sequel. Yeah, sure, they dropped the port. It was crap. They fixed it. Cool. So can we get part 2? So The Last of Us. Great. But then here comes Expedition 33 taking everything, innovated on it. And now it's like the best turn-based RPG in existence. Why?
I mean Baldur's Gate, but we'll run that.
Baldur's Gate can suck it. Great game.
Baldur's Gate is a great game that's also super overrated.
Oh
Yeah,
my goodness.
That's also another one I will definitely say as well. But like, do not get me wrong. I don't want to make the conversation about Baldur's Gate. I think it's great.
It's a great game.
For people watching it, don't get it twisted. I think Baldur's Gate is phenomenal. I'm within the conversation of saying suck it because I want to say the Legend of Dragoon and Expedition 33. It's just to your point, like, how do you take all these mechanics and things like that and then make it worse? But these guys take a game from 1999 in 2025, obviously whenever they started making it, right, and innovate drastically and create one of the most amazing RPG experiences I have ever seen in the longest time.
Well,
but wait, don't forget, I have to wait for Billy Bob Thornton to make it as good as that. Just saying.
Damn, man.
I wanted to make sure I just throw my little subtle jab in there. Well, you're not. Well, you ain't. Billy Bob Thornton, man. I ain't. Look, this ain't about. All right, fine. Freaking bumfuck dude from 62. Whatever. Whoever you want. Freaking random scrub 65. Let's go. Sorry, Billy. Love you.
God.
We just met, but I love you anyway. Don't worry.
Yeah. Maybe okay, Billy. Go ahead, do yours, and then I will build both.
This is ironic because I have been modding and making mods for Skyrim for like 10 years.
And guess what?
He
And-
said Billy Bob.
So basically, you're like, man, why he say fuck me for? Oh,
Yeah.
I was like, damn, boy,
Which is
by my
crazy
name.
that we need someone to do it for 10 years to have an enjoyable experience in Skyrim. But
Look, that's not really.
I will say this. All right. Skyrim's combat is dog shit. It only became not dog shit in maybe the last 2 or 3 years because people literally I don't know if any of you guys have played modded Skyrim in the last 3 or 4 years. I've seen the
I have.
videos. That shit looks like Dark Souls.
when did Skyrim come out again?
2011. 11.
All right, stop. So let me get this straight. How long did it take that Skyrim combat to be good again?
13 years.
Say that one more time.
Okay,
Hey, no. I want you to say it for the video because I'm gonna edit this. When again?
it's been 10 years, brother.
So in
At
the
least.
last how many years? You said in the last 2, yeah?
In the last 3 or 4, it finally got decent, where you could actually
not
play
even
and
good,
not want to kill
decent.
yourself.
Daquan, that's your king?
It is. This is my king. Look, I'll help him up. I'll pop up. All right.
And
I'm holding it.
we still, and
All right, Billy,
look,
you got it. Billy, you got it.
we still fixing first person.
Still fixing is crazy.
The Quan was there. The Quan know about it because I was showing him the entire time I was making it. I have been trying to fix first person combat like the last 6 months, putting out mods and shit like that to fix that shit. It's still it. Don't get me started. All right.
Daquan,
What I
Yes,
will
sir.
say.
look at me.
Look at me.
That's your king.
That is my king.
Is that your man?
Look, his
Bro.
sword might be chipped. All right, his scabbard is a little what do you call it? All battered and fucked up. But you know what? He still showed up. All right, Skyrim showed up when it showed up, and you know what? I'm rallying. I'll give a
You
damn.
right. It
There
went
is
to the store
no
to go get milk
other
and
game.
it
See,
came back. Bet. Say
I
no.
There's no other game.
also
I'm sorry.
to that earlier point, right? So now we're just cutting it. That earlier point is where you said
Just cutting.
where you said that Skyrim wouldn't have happened unless they did it. They were already making like Skyrims before. Because if we're just like, let's take out Elder Scrolls, right? Because they did Morrowind, they did Oblivion. Again, they just improved upon those systems. There's other people that were making open world RPGs in that setting before Skyrim, and guess what? They would have
suck.
kept doing it before. And eventually, we
Nope,
wouldn't gotten to the
they
point.
suck.
They were better than Skyrim. What do you mean?
I'll add to Alan's point. Fallout New Vegas came out before Skyrim.
We'll take out all Bethesda games. Like remove those. Would another company have made a game like Skyrim? I would argue that really hasn't happened until
No.
What was that game that the people who made Fallout New Vegas just put out?
Outer World.
The Oblivion remake.
The
Outer World.
Outer
Worlds.
No.
Outer Wilds?
No. It was medieval.
Obsidian.
Obsidian. It was Obsidian.
Oh, Avowed.
Avowed, right? Do any of us think that Avowed was a good game?
Hell no.
I didn't play it, but it looked bad.
It was mid. It was mid. It was
That
mid.
thing was garbage.
Very mid.
Wait,
So
wait. Hold on,
Wait, hold on a
You
minute,
said
hold on.
Garbage juice.
Open world games, right? Hold
Yep.
on. So we're not going to count Grand Theft Auto? We're not going to count
No.
Assassin's Creed?
Well, no, we're counting games that were in the vein of Skyrim. So I'm talking
In the
about
vein of Skyrim. Yeah,
in the
yeah.
vein of Skyrim. So we're talking about open world, primarily first person, even with an option for third person.
Do we have to have
With-
first person?
I don't think
Yeah,
so.
we
because
don't.
that's
No,
I don't
we
think so.
don't.
well, I feel like that's a vital part of like the whole Skyrim concoction. It's that
Yeah.
whole like it contributes to the adventuring, the immersive experience that it's trying to create.
That's
I feel like
time.
that's
But,
important.
please keep going. That's time. But please
Yeah,
keep
yeah.
going. I want to keep going.
All right,
Look.
I'm gonna debate this from hard body because like at that point, real rap, you're just scrutinizing like the experience to just this. And it's like, well, if they weren't here, there wouldn't be a first person. The view of the game is irrelevant. It's about
Ooh,
the
whoa.
game in itself.
It's irrelevant. It doesn't matter, especially when the first person is so dog shit. It does not matter.
Well, I think outside of just like the viewpoint, I feel granted, maybe my opinion on this is biased because I like
He's an
for work,
animator.
I'm an animator for like a first person vinyl animator. That's how I started in the industry, right?
Fair.
So I think like perspective is one of the primary determiners of like your game. Like the way people, do you think people would have experienced Cyberpunk 2077 the same way with all the cutscenes and how much effort they put into all of the storytelling? Do you think all of that would have hit the same if you were looking at it in third person versus the first person, where people are like sitting doing all these animations and dialogue sequences where they're talking directly to you and all that kind of stuff? It matters.
I'm glad you said that. My answer to you is yes. You know why? It's about cinema. It's all about your camera movement and your cinematography. Because reality. Hold on. Because watch this. And here's what I'm gonna tell you. Because I used to be a comic book penciler. Hear me out. It's about how you frame each shot, right? Sure, you're in first person. It's just a wide view of this guy sitting right here, and then your camera shifts to this guy because he's talking to him. Now imagine if you did the same thing, all three characters sitting right there. You can have a nice gritty feel and look of something with a really good camera angle, a really good pan, a really good shot of maybe someone's face as they say something, instead of it just being a static, lifeless look of a character sitting in a chair. Yeah, man, the guy over here, yeah, he was dying. And, like they have this like really robotic look to them doing this type of stuff when they're talking versus intentional movement. And I say that because that's like cinematography in games. That's why people love the Mortal Kombat games when it comes to cinematography. And like, that's what I said, camera view, that first person view is almost irrelevant because if you can showcase this, despite it being first person, it'll still have an impact. Yes, it feels different because it's like, this is my view of the game. But that doesn't change the feeling and the like the grit and the feel of the game in itself when you're able to showcase all the characters, their actual body language and stuff like that. Like, nah.
So I'm gonna toss this in here. So with the thought of like
I'm gonna block
how the
it.
thing looks. No, you're not blocking that. With the thought of like how stuff looks in like the presentation, the fact that Skyrim and Bethesda is able to capture not only like a living world, and that's a big thing too, because somebody mentioned Avowed. Avowed's number one critique was that it felt dead, right? They've had all this time, Obsidian, to make a lived-in experience. They've had examples from the Elder Scrolls. They've had examples from Rockstar with Red Dead. They've had examples from Mass Effect. They have all these examples. The technology at their tips, crazy. They can pull some crazy stuff right now. Everything felt dead. I have not seen a single person that plays Skyrim and says, I do not feel like this is a lived-in experience. Like, this is not like a world. Like, there is stuff happening. I feel like I'm hopping in, whether I'm bored about it or not, or I don't feel like my combat is great. Skyrim achieves something with its pacing, its friction, its intentional use of all these other available systems to let you feel like this is a world of like whatever you want it to be. And it's going to be a fun time no matter what you pick.
I agree with that.
No other game has done that at that scale. No other game.
I don't agree with that.
I don't agree with that part.
Now I will
These
say,
days, no.
I will say again, you have games like Cyberpunk, right? No one, and I will say this down this hill, Cyberpunk itself is able to be designed as well as it did because of The Witcher, right? The Witcher 3 did as well as it did because Skyrim broke down the barriers past who's actually going to be playing RPGs. Because if you look at The Witcher 2, Witcher 2 was before Skyrim, if I'm not crazy, that didn't sell as well.
Didn't. That's fair.
Skyrim launches, all of a sudden, oh damn, CD Projekt Red got a big bump in investment. Witcher 3, way more mocap, way more availability for like their scope, everything exploded.
I mean, that's good to have a competitive market, though.
It is. I'm not saying it's not. It's good to have, but I'm just saying without Skyrim.
I mean, without McDonald's, you wouldn't have Burger King going against it. Without Burger King, you wouldn't have Jack in the Box going against it.
Without Jack in the Box.
Competition is still important. Like, that's the reason why Tekken's doing fuck shit right now. Ain't no 3D fighter to box it. If there was, they wouldn't be crying as much as they are now.
I will concede that point.
It's
Yeah.
like the judge is talking.
But I'm saying, like,
okay.
I feel you, but I mentioned these other games. Like, all right, so going back to I won't use the view part, right? Just on the strength of you talking about The Witcher, right? I've also mentioned in Assassin's Creed, freaking Dragon's Dogma. You mentioned Witcher, I agree with that too. There's Red Dead Redemption, there's Fable, there's all Saints Row, GTA. There's all these games that offer open world experiences. I think part of the reason why Skyrim to me falls short in some areas could also be technology. I think if Skyrim was brought out today, it could be something even more expansive than what it is or what it's known to be. So maybe a Skyrim remake or remaster would be really neat in this day and age where they could fix the game up more, or just say go Skyrim 2 or whatever, or something to that effect, right? And I think you could have an even better game. And I think I feel like your claim would be 10 times more favorable, right? It would be even more in your favor if even some of these other games didn't already feature what was here and have deeper systems. I'd even argue like even this. I think Assassin's Creed 2 has a deeper system than Skyrim, and that's 2009.
Ooh.
All right, I'll give Daquan a rebuttal to that, and then we'll move on.
Okay. My last thing with that, so the thing here is, Red Dead came out I think the year before Skyrim.
Yeah, 2010.
I think it's 2010.
Yeah, I have it here. Yeah.
I would not put Skyrim near other open worlds because they're all trying to do different stuff. And when I say specifically about like Skyrim, I mean the intentionality of what they try to like create. Like Red Dead, the fantasy of being a cowboy in this crazy rock star style world, right? Like that's just no one's competing with that. Just like with Grand Theft Auto 6 coming out, no one's competing with it. Like there is nothing to touch with that. It's like, sure, you're a rock star, you're gonna rock it out, cool deal. But for the rest of these people, again, no one is putting a candlelight to Skyrim. They're not. They're still to this day, they're not putting a light to this game. And I don't think if Skyrim was to release today, it would be as good. I doubt it. Because like the technical limitations is also why Skyrim was fantastic. Like without being able to say like, oh, everything is completely seamless. Okay, well, if we're taking this away from the player, like again with the friction, how are we going to reward them? How are we going to make sure this is better for them? How are we going to like do all these other things included? But
I see what you're saying.
Yeah, if it was put out today, especially a remaster, no.
They would have scrubbed all the fun shit out of the game.
Yeah, they would have scrubbed all the fun stuff out the game. And then it'd be looking like,
So
yeah.
you're saying with this imperfection makes it perfective.
Correct. You know what, Cheeto? I'm gonna tell you
All
right.
right.
He's opening up
He said, what fun shit?
All right. This can go on for literally hours. Let me tell you. Okay. That I knew that one was gonna be some hot shit.
I had to leave for last. That'd be fine.
I know. All right. Do any of you five have a claim against Daquan that you want to point out? That you have? Give you some time to think.
For me, it's just Skyrim. That's all I got. But that's only because I read it.
He said,
I think-
That's only because I read it.
Yeah. I was going to say it's mostly Skyrim, so we could keep that going. But I was going to say the only claim that I really have is more so directed at Daquan, and it's like a mindset thing, so it's very subjective. So it's not a real claim.
Ooh, I like this. Let's run it.
Okay. Sure, why not? So my claim to Daquan being is just because a game system, design, art style that you do not like does not make it dog shit, has been evident in our podcast.
All right. I'll give you 10 minutes. Go.
Is it because it's an art style or a design that
Basically,
I don't
if
like?
there's something about it that you don't like, just like don't get me wrong, there's things about Dark Souls again that are not made well, and I'm not going to argue that. But just because you don't like it, automatically doesn't make it a dog shit game.
Oh, 100%. No, I agree with that. No.
Okay, yeah.
What makes it a dog shit game is making it because it's a dog shit game. That's me, right? So if I play Dark Souls,
no, but
right,
my claim is it's not just Dark Souls. That's just an example. So like I'm saying, like I'm saying, like a game mechanics, style, art style, whatever it is, if you don't like it, it doesn't make it a dog shit game. Is what I'm saying.
That is true. Yeah. That is true. Yeah.
And so that's what I was saying. It's like very subjective, and it's like case by case. Like obviously, Souls, you're just gonna say it's dog shit because again, there's arguments there. I don't disagree, which is why I didn't want to all of a sudden take it because again, it's very subjective. And other than that, I'd rather just harp on Skyrim some more.
So funny part too with that about the dog shit. What's interesting for me is what's that game that came out? That's like it's the mech
Which
mech
one?
thing.
Armored Core.
Armored Core.
Armored Core. I didn't think Armored Core was ass, and it is a Souls type game.
Yeah, but that one was actually designed well.
No.
But
Okay. Now I have to step in. I was
like, hold on, wait, hold on.
No, let him cook. Let him cook.
I wasn't gonna say anything about this. Armored Core is by no means a Souls.
It's not a Souls game.
By no means. And I played the game like 3 times. I played all the endings, all of them. There's no way you believe that. There's no way.
God, you're right. You're right. Okay. Is the dodging of the, like that type of systems? Okay, those things added in. Yeah, correct myself. Right. Most of the different reviews I've seen from people talking about it, that's kind of been the conversation. It is like a mech Souls experience. That's been that. My point. Looking at it, look. My point with it is, I am more inclined to play Armored Core than I am to play Elden Ring.
Look,
that's my thing.
Most of those people can't get past the tutorial boss.
That's why I got nerfed.
What, for Armored Core?
Yeah, that's why I got nerfed.
Oh yeah, they actually
they couldn't get past the flying ship.
Yeah, they had to nerf it.
Oh, that's actually funny to me.
Yeah, it's super funny.
But, no, that's fair. That's fair. All I'm saying is, like, I don't discount the game because of like its art style or art direction. I play some weird games. Like one of my favorite games, what is that thing called? Moonscars. I'm pretty sure no one here has played it. And if you have, like, I'm happy for you. That game looks like, I don't know what it is. Or Nidhogg, right? I play those games. They look ugly, weird ass mechanics, cool things. My thing is, when I go to look at this game and watch it, and I'm looking like, none of this makes sense, that's I'm like, no, this shit is trash. Like, I would never say Persona is trash. Okay, I hate the way Persona looks.
Right.
What's the game with the dragon people?
Come on,
Into
man.
the Dragon, or whatever the hell this thing is called. Is it Yakuza? Is that the game? Yakuza?
Yeah. Yeah. Is it
I hate
like
the Yakuza franchise.
Yeah.
I hate it. I ain't gonna lie. I hate the goofiness. I hate the unseriousness. I'm like, man, if it was gritty like Noir and we're just going in, doing that, I'm like, man, that'd be my shit. But I get it. It's a great game. People play it. People love it very well. But there are some dog shit games people love, and I don't understand. I don't fucking get it.
I mean, that goes across the board.
Case in point. I mean, and we ain't talking about Skyrim, so I don't care what y'all say. That shit is fantastic.
It's not.
All y'all done played it. Everybody here has played it, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
And guess
No,
what?
who said
Never
no?
finished it.
Wait. Hold up. Did somebody say no? Who said no?
Zion's never played
I've
it.
never played Skyrim.
That's actually true. He's never played it.
Send me your Steam. Send me your Steam right now. But we're gonna work about this. What version
I
you
will
want?
not play it.
What version you need? We're playing together.
You know what? If he plays it, he's gonna have a terrible time. Like
He's gonna
No,
yeah.
you're gonna love it.
He's gonna hate
You're gonna love it.
No, dude.
Special edition.
No, we know Zion and what he enjoys. He's gonna make it 15 minutes, and he's gonna be like, "This shit's dog shit," and he's gonna try to refund it and get the money for himself.
Wow. Wow. That okay, but overall, to Chino's point, yes,
Yeah.
just because the game is not what you initially like or you got some type of view about it doesn't mean it's trash. That is true. That is true.
That's just
I'll
that goes to
hold
the
that.
gaming community because I'm tired of that shit.
Yeah, I hold that. I'll hold that.
I
Who else
would
got something?
say probably from my perspective,
Mhm.
as your editor, I really, really, really think
Mhm.
this is more of a statement to you more than anything else.
Mm.
I think a lot of your views on the game industry are actually very well thought out. honestly. I think, to Cheeto's point, to some extent, I think you could open up your palette a little bit more just to kind of see what's out there.
Mm-hmm.
Going back to the Souls games, I still completely recommend, and I'm 99.9% confident you'll appreciate the Neo series. 100%. I think you should play those. And there's some other Souls-like games, like I mentioned, like Lies of P. I think you can probably sink your teeth into because these games don't, while they follow maybe the formula, they don't run it like that. Like, in its entirety. Like, yeah, dodge roll is there, but that's only one way to play. I can argue for days on end that you could play all the games that Billy mentioned in different fashions and probably find fun in them. But I don't disagree about the archaic and slow fucking design. So I think for you, it's Neo, because Neo is like a good mix of Ninja Gaiden speed and faster than Souls. It's like slower than Ninja Gaiden, but faster than Bloodborne, which is pretty fast in comparison. Like, it's a good middle ground. Yeah, it's faster than Dark Souls.
I think I would actually, instead of Neo, I think I would actually recommend. There's another game that Team Ninja put out that was a couple of years ago. It was called
Wolong.
No. It was a TV. God, why am I not being able to
Rise of the Ronin?
Yes, Rise of the Ronin. That game is godlike.
I think you'll like that too.
I wish I would agree with you. I don't like that game.
Okay, he has a good point as to why, and I don't want to talk about why. But I think that's another one. Wolong. I'll just be real. Play the Asia-inspired ones.
Yeah,
They're
pretty
all
much.
good. They're all good. Like, all of them. Like, I'd probably say, other than Neo, I think you should 1002% play Sekiro. 100%. Like, if there's anyone to recommend, it'd be that. And I think your opinion on that style of game would change. I'm with you 2001%. Dark Souls, Elden Ring, suck it. Everything else, I'm cool with. Maybe not Code Vein. I agree with you.
Yeah, Code Vein is no.
I tried it.
It's not good. It's not good.
And I love Souls games. I can't. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
It's rough.
It's too rough. I admit it.
I'll add some other small ones since I'm looking at my list here. There's a 2D ones that you could probably play. Like I think the 2D style ones you could play, like Last Faith. Hold on, it's the one
Shinobi
with the cone head. Nah, Remnant. You might like Remnant.
Remnant's not bad. Remnant's fun. That one's not.
Right?
It's the shooter,
Yeah,
and that one is not.
Third-person shooter.
That one you don't have to like bang your head and kill bosses. It's just it's a fun experience. That's actually a little challenging.
Gosh, I can't think of it. It's the dude with the cone head.
There's that also.
Blasphemous.
Blasphemous.
No, Blasphemous.
Yeah.
But yeah, I have Blasphemous. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I feel like you'll get more out of that kind of game with those than the Souls games. Like I said, I don't disagree with you at all about them at all, because I own them. Sure, I would like to go through them, but like, I don't feel inclined. I will probably have to yoke you up on the Yakuza series, at least
I
Yakuza
see.
0. I would personally buy that game for you.
If you can't get me into Persona, I don't know if he's gonna get the Yakuza.
Nah, Yakuza's easier. Yakuza's
specifically 0.
0 is a good, like, streamlined experience.
It's a very good game. It's a good starting point for the series. It has open world elements. There's a lot. I say open world. There's a lot to do in that game, and it's just a small portion of Japan. There's a lot to do in that game. I would probably love to see you stream it, because I want to see you get beat up in particular by a specific enemy that I'm not going to talk about. But I think you would like the game because, like, there's a lot of real world conflict in it. You can do away with like the Yakuza 7 stuff with like the Persona style one. The other, like the mainline series with
Kiryu.
I forget the main character name. With Kiryu. I think you'd like those games.
Those games are good.
I think you would.
They're more grounded.
Specifically, start with 0. Trust me.
Yakuza 0.
It's that good. It's that good. I was the same way too about the series until I played that one. I was like, all right, hold on. This is pretty fire. So trust. So those are my suggestions for you to play. Everything else, I'll just open up your palette a little bit more. And I think a lot of your views sometimes are really good, but when I'm editing, I'm like, I wish you just played this game so you could understand just a little bit more. Just a little bit. Other than
Playing
that,
games. All right. Who else we got?
I mean, I got nothing else. We got most of it out there, unless we want to argue Skyrim some more.
I got a small one.
Okay.
Go for it.
Mm.
Fighting games are by far the most skillful based genre. It's not even close.
That is true.
I disagree.
I mean, I just
Oh.
agree.
I'm counting the DMCs. No offense, the DMCs.
No,
all the Hollow
going
Knights, all of
competitive
those.
games. I'm going like competitive games, like actual esport game. That's RTS by hands down.
RTS.
RTS.
I don't know. I feel like that's like an ADHD battle. That's what that is. I'm
I
gonna be
think
honest.
if we're being real, I think there's a way higher wall to get through the upfront learning curve of an RTS. And obviously, like, there's still a
Yeah.
super high ceiling for you to learn and how to play properly. But I think, like, once you get, because I think there's like, it's like that conversation of like hard work versus like talent. I think in an RTS, your hard work will pretty much get you to the top as long as you are willing to understand, study, and do all that. And fighting games, pretty much same thing. Hard work, you basically have to go there, but because of the more one-on-one element of just you, your character, there's still some talent that comes in, and I think it's still a pretty bigger gap between like the top level players and like even someone that's below the 1%.
By the way, I'm counting MOBAs in RTS.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
if I'm everything like
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm a hold on. I think I'm a undo
League
that.
of Legends, all
So
that.
I think it's backwards of what you just said. RTSs and stuff like that. I think that's way more skill based, and I'm saying this because
Yeah.
hold on, like wait. When I say skill based, I mean like you have to have a talent for RTS. Is what I'm getting at. I play like Age of Empires with my buddies like very frequently. I suck
That's why
at
I asked you.
RTSs, right? I suck at them, and I play them for hours. I mean, hours and hours, and I'll play it for hours, and I suck at them. Then I go over to playing something like Mortal Kombat or like DBZ Fighters, and I can just progressively get better by playing the thing, right? Like my mind is fine. Like, oh, I can like, okay, when he kicks, okay, I probably need to jump. Fair enough. But in RTS, you got to have like the talent for managing so many things at one time. And if you don't have that, like you're not just building it. You're not building that. Like, I'm sorry, it's not happening. Like, I got one buddy. That fool is just like, oh, why don't you just do this and just do that and just do that? I'm like, what do you mean just do? Like, there is no just do. Like, what are you talking about? It's like, oh, just keep playing it. It'll happen. No, it won't. No, it won't. I've been playing this for like 4 years. It's not happening. No.
Our
Eliza,
RTS
sorry.
players APM is like way higher than any other video game players.
Ooh,
Yeah.
man.
Disagree.
I mean, that's true. That's true.
I need Kensu to go talk about I need Kensu to go talk about Tekken, right? Go talk
Disagree.
Disagree.
I was just
Disagree.
Go ahead.
Completely disagree. Completely disagree. Not even close. No. Hold on. I think I'm with Cheeto in line with like, yeah, your ADHD has to be on like steroids for sure.
Oh, yeah.
But-
it has to be. You got to be.
To consistently I'll use the games that they play. They play Tekken. To consistently K backdash on both left and right hand sides, no, not even not comparable.
Consistently
Not comparable.
and quickly enough to make it useful.
So for Tekken, I don't know what that is, so I can't even make a fair judgment because I don't know what that is. But
So I would argue at that point, that's a very bold claim to make without playing the genre. And I say that as
Eliza,
someone that used to play
real quick,
StarCraft.
the only fighting
Eliza-
game I have played is Street Fighter.
Fair.
Is mostly it.
Fair.
Are you
That's fair,
saying mobiles? Are you saying mobiles take more skill than fighting games?
Just RTSs.
No,
Or
RTS.
RTS?
Are
Okay.
just RTS.
Yeah.
Alright.
And
It's-
it's not all RTS. It's some specific RTS like StarCraft.
Okay.
I would say RTS is just it's more executionally demanding, and that's why the execution demand. Okay, the reason why I don't agree with you is because the executional demand for the game is way higher. But the only other my argument to that would be Smash Brothers, especially Melee.
Yes.
People playing Fox, doing freaking L cancels and
Now
wave
cancels
shines
and
across
wave
the screen.
jazz, yeah.
People literally break their hands on wave birds.
Yeah.
You break your hands playing Peach and Ultimate.
Yeah.
Like there's literally pro players who literally have like hand conditions now because they have to grip the controller a certain way and input shit super fast. I would argue you can't teach tech skill.
Brother, I
For fighting games?
swapped to a whole nother peripheral to play fighting games because of my hands.
Yeah.
So that should tell you something.
Some of that shit, I swear to God, is genetic. Like you're either predisposed to be able to have high tech skill or you're not.
Yeah, like I guess I don't know.
I think it goes both ways
you.
because I don't know how Tekken's or like those fighting games like
At like a
APM
super
wise,
high level.
but
yeah.
I think it also goes the same way for you guys because like I have seen pro players go 1,000 APM, 1,000 APM. So like,
But I think there's
that
also
is a
I think there's
powerful
also like a
level.
difference between like
Yeah.
because like as far as RTSs go, like yeah, you have to have a high IPM, high execution, a lot of knowledge. But I feel like there's not a whole lot of quick thinking, reaction based actions
No,
in an
there
RTS.
is.
There
Oh,
is.
no, there's
a lot
plenty.
of quick
No, there's
action.
plenty. So, as the
So
middle ground
much.
person here, just to say, I'm the middle ground of all this, funny enough. I will say I do think there are more APMs in RTS. Now, the difference is, and this is what I would put. I think for fighting games,
No,
We lost him.
Like-
Say that again. Say that again. You cut out.
Oh, I cut out. I'm saying RTSs, there are more APMs than fighting games. However, in a fighting game, I think the APM's way more. Like there's way more consequence to the APM than it is in the
I agree.
RTS. Now, at the RTS, there is the curve, right? Like you can see like XP and like how people are doing and like your idle time, all this other stuff, right? Those things do add up eventually, and there are moments where it's like, oh, back at the 8-minute mark, if I would have done this, I would have been way ahead at this point, or I would have been age so and so, or this thing would have happened. But in a fighting game, if you mess up, like your APM, like you did 8, that person did 12, that person doing 12 might just win them that match. So
Yep, that's fair.
I think there's a weighted difference, but I will give the actual amount over to RTS.
Yeah.
I will give the amount to that because
Okay,
that is, it is,
That is
yeah.
a very fair point. Yeah.
to be fair, like RTS matches are generally speaking a lot longer than most fighting and most of any fighting game match. Like,
Because what? It's like 30, 45 minutes.
Depends.
yeah,
No,
and most fighting game matches gonna be over in like 3, 4.
Yeah.
I don't know what
3
the times
minutes.
are in
It's three. It's like
competitive
3,
Tekken
4
and
minutes.
Street Fighter.
Competitive.
I would
StarCraft
put it
is
under
like-
30 minutes, under 30 for competitive, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's
Yeah,
still
for-
we're not even getting like an actual match. One match is not gonna even make it 5 minutes usually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For us,
Like
the
Smash
match
can be
would
7, but you know.
Yeah. Our RTS would like out of like the 5 games, one match is like 20 minutes,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and 15 is the lowest I've seen.
Yeah. Unless somebody rushes and then there you go.
Yeah, like a cheese strat.
Yeah.
I respect the take though.
But yeah.
Okay, let's face it.
Yeah.
I just love the debate when it comes to fighting games.
Okay. All right. One more claim, and then let's get out of here. One more.
We got.
You got
What
one,
we got?
Xeon. You're the last
I
one.
had one.
Got no.
No, go.
I had one. I had one, but I forgot when we went to RTS.
You're the one that brought it up.
I know. That's the problem.
Maybe that was subconsciously the.
That was the real one. That was
No,
the real.
it's not. But I did wanted to add to
Oh.
the Skyrim. One Skyrim point is because like one other game that came before Skyrim was I think it was Mountain Blade Warband, which was also on the similar story genre.
Style.
That was pretty good.
That was good. I'm gonna add my one here. As much as somebody doesn't like it, I do think that Naruto is a good fighter. That's me.
But you're talking about
I think it's a good
anime
fighter.
or the
Like
game?
the ultimate
game.
Ninja
Ultimate
Storms.
Ninja. Yep, the Ultimate
There's
Ninja
a lot of
Storms.
Naruto games.
Ultimate Ninja
I
Storm
like
4.
it. I agree.
Yep.
I mean,
Ultimate Ninja Storm
so
4 needs to be.
if we go
at
by
the FD.
if we go
Yeah.
by the definition of
Easy
good game is fun, then sure, those Naruto games are fun.
Fun as fuck.
They're fun.
They
I
are.
don't know if I would call them
And they
good.
I don't
competitive.
call them
And they should be
good.
competitive.
Yeah, they're not.
Or
They should be
balanced.
competitive.
Yeah, they're not balanced.
They
That's
should be
for sure.
competitive.
They're not balanced. Yeah, I agree.
Nope, they should be competitive. They need to be right there, right next to Street Fighter,
I'm gonna
right
sh-
next to Mortal
I'm gonna
Kombat.
shut you down very easily
Right
right,
there.
here as I check my phone.
We yeah.
When they
He's like,
decide
"I'll
to
check
one add rollback netcode, it could be good. 2 on launch actually have I don't know lobbies.
That'd be good.
3
Mhm.
let's try the balance part again and let's actually work on that because
Yeah.
the balance is dog shit.
Oh,
I will give you one thing. I think the Storm games are actually fun to play. My personal favorite one is Storm 3.
Yeah, Storm.
And that's because I
Storm 3
play
is
Rock Lee and
fantastic.
Rock Lee has those cool gate cancel combos. But Not for 1 second would I think that they're.
Competitive vibe.
I think Storm
No,
could be
man.
competitive, but the way Storm works right now, no. I would say the one GNT is a better competitive game. Granted, that game's also balanced like dog shit too. But
We can fix balance. That's fine.
from what I've seen, GNT 4 showed up more at tournaments than I've seen Storm. That is a fact because you can go look up tournament footage of that.
Yeah.
Wait, when you say GNT, you gotta
Abbreviated.
Acronym.
Abbreviated.
yeah.
So you could literally go Naruto GNT 4 tournament and you'll find it.
All right.
I don't want to use the whole thing because I don't feel like using my Japanese pronunciation right now. It's just
I don't
Oh,
know.
it's in Japanese. Okay, I got you.
yeah. So that's the Naruto game that's on GameCube. It's very popular.
Oh, that one.
That one is good.
All right, yeah. Okay, I see.
GNT 4 is a very good game. Now the community has a balance thing that they did for it, and it's a more, to your point of Skyrim being modded. Sure, the community made it a better competitive game because there was no way the devs were going to go back and be like, we're going to patch your game and make it a good one. So they did it themselves. Okay, cool. Storm has good ideas. I'm not going to lie to you. But as long as Storm 4 in particular is the way it is, no. And Storm Connections, no.
I mean, it's hard to make you can make an argument there aren't really any really well balanced arena fighters.
No, they're all
For Honor
I
crazy.
would argue there is one or two that is.
For Honor.
And-
For Honor.
Yeah, so anyway.
Like maybe Demon Slayer, I guess.
You're gonna say so anyway.
Demon Slayer is close, and the other one that came out from Arc System Works, Kill la Kill If.
Oh, that one is actually played quite a bit at tournaments too.
Kill la Kill
So we
If
just
was
gonna
on its
forget
way
For
to
Honor is what
having
I'm hearing.
a pro tour,
For
but
Honor's
they
not
opted to
balanced.
not do it because of reasoning, because of Shonen Jump, yada yada yada. So they actually canceled the rest of the DLC and all that stuff for it.
I'm gonna have to
It was on
find
its way,
his main address. Let me find his main address.
I mean,
It's not
hey,
balanced.
listen,
Hold up.
I
It's not.
I'm one of those few
balanced.
people that believe that the evolution of fighting games is to have arena fighters featured at tournaments as well. I
Yeah.
agree with Daquan. The problem with it is just they're treated so poorly that how can you take it seriously? If the
Yep.
game developers don't take it seriously, how can the players take it seriously? Case in point, people
Facts.
wanted Sparking Zero to be competitive. That game is a gigantic piece of mess. And the same people that said, leave it just like the show. We love the power imbalance. All right, here you go. Man, why is SSJ4 Goku so broken? Why is UI so broken?
And I
You
have
asked
nothing wrong with that.
This game
It's
sucks.
Tenkaichi. Like that's what Tenkaichi is.
You're right. It's Tenkaichi, but imbalance as all can be with a bunch of
Yeah.
characters that are pretty bad.
And they told you that was what it was going to be up front. So like, I got no issues.
Yeah, but I think that's the other part of it too. You can't claim for this to be a competitive game when you have the most imbalanced game of all time. Hey, I hit you
Braun
with
is
jab
really-
with UI Goku, and this jab did like 30% of your HP. That's crazy. But then I pick Yajirobe, I press jab, I do 10%. That is not good game design. That is not good balance. As someone that plays fighting games competitively, you're not gonna put that in my face and be like, "Yeah, dog, I sure as hell can't
It's
wait
like
to
you-
run that Sparking Zero."
Just like
That game is trash.
just like really early MVC3, you expect people to play this shit for money?
I mean, hey,
Bro.
people were running Yajirobe until they patched the Sensu Beam shit.
No, I just used him on the strength of him being a weak character in the game. I know he was cheap in the beginning, but yeah, that's also my point. Like, hey, I have friends that, oh man, I can't wait to play Raditz, Videl, and Krillin just to get smoked by one freaking because they did the power balance stuff where like the point structure.
Yeah, the
So
points,
they pick
yeah.
like they pick the UI Goku and then they just jab and. Dead character, new character comes in. I got a little bit more HP. Now I hit jab. Dead third character. He's got more freaking stars. All right, he can do jab. Kamehameha. Now he's dead. Sick game.
Dude,
I
that-
sure as hell can't wait to play this in tournament.
That reminds me of fucking. I saw an Instagram reel of these guys playing modded Dragon Ball Fighters, and they're playing lore accurate Dragon Ball Fighters. Videl came in, got kicked once, her whole health bar was gone because it was fucking SS4 Goku.
Yeah,
That's what it'd be like.
you-
That's what it would be.
It's not that. The other thing about it from the standpoint of like, I want to play a lot of times in tournament and fighting games in general. I want to play my favorite character, and I want to play in a competitive environment. Cool. I don't want to just play my favorite character in a competitive environment and then you die. You don't just get flicked to the side. Like you said, Vidal got kicked in the chest. Imagine 1,000 HP bar. That one kick did 1,000 HP. Why would I pick Vidal?
It's a good question.
So I'm sorry. To your point, Storm has really cool ideas. That's not a competitive game, though. And it never will be. As long as Bandai Namco treats it that way, it will never be a competitive game.
I remember my point now.
What was it?
I think Hunt Showdown is one of the best battle royales that never got the light it deserved. And I think no one has played that game, unfortunately.
Oh, if I disagree with that,
I played it.
Hunt Showdown was very popular.
Yeah, it's got its light. It's just that it doesn't have staying power. Like for a large audience, like it's good, but it's very specific in its tone. And
I'm pretty sure it's also like the entry level of the game is like the skill floor is a bit high compared to just other battle royales where you pop in, just play a game.
I think it's
out.
just. I think I put it in the same vein as like any extraction shooter that requires like
Tarkov.
time, like Tarkov.
Yeah,
It's a good game, and it has its audience, but like it's for very specific people.
yeah.
Cool.
But I generally think that's like one of the best battle royals I've played.
Fair.
I know Xeon definitely disagrees. He says Apex is number one.
I mean, Apex is better. I don't know.
Apex is the number one. I mean, probably, to be honest, it probably is number one at this point. But
They just need to fix their audio.
they do. Yeah.
Audio
Also
and
unban me. They need to
Unban me.
unban me too. So
True.
yeah.
Unban
Same.
Yeah, I am banned. I'm letting y'all know I am banned. I hooked my when I had an Xbox. I think I hooked my Xbox up to my ultra wide, and then they thought I was cheating, so they banned my account.
Well,
That's
like,
that's what he claims. I don't. I just
That's what he's
disagree.
I'm not even
I
joking.
I can't.
I'm not
I
even
can't prove
joking.
that. So
It literally said like unauthorized something as far as like the resolution. It's an unauthorized resolution or some shit, and then it was just like this account is banned for suspicious activity. And I'm like, I just hooked up a monitor. Billy will talk.
Billy will talk.
I mean, I banned in Apex for a different reason, but
I work at EA. That's fine. He's trying to get unbanned.
I'm trying to get unbanned. Yeah, unban me.
Hey, so my boy Daquan's hooking up wrong monitors. Apparently, can we get him unbanned?
Can we get him unbanned?
Oh my
I would like to play the game. But yeah, I think that everybody's
that was fun.
everybody's
That
takes.
was fun.
Yeah, I think that's it. I think we're good there.
All takes.
Alan, Daquan, you have anything before we shut this
No,
off?
unfortunately not.
No, I think I'm cooked. I'm cooked for the day.
Kensu, Billy, Xeon, Eliza, appreciate it. Thank you for coming. Appreciate it. Do you have anything to say?
for having us.
Make
Yeah,
sure you
for
like,
sure.
comment, subscribe. Make sure you tell the crowd how much you hate them.
Yeah,
And
especially
this
after this.
fucking Skyrim.
Especially after this episode.
Everyone better go play fucking Skyrim.
No
Oh
one's
my
gonna
God.
play, bro.
Modded Skyrim. Modded Skyrim.
Unmodded Skyrim.
Imagine having to
Unmodded.
spend.
Modded Skyrim.
Imagine
You will wanna
having.
die.
Imagine having to spend money on this new game you got that you haven't played yet, and then you're gonna have to go immediately mod it to enjoy it.
You know what? Hold up.
Aren't you so against mods? Isn't that crazy? You've always gone against them, and now you're advocating for your one little glowing star.
I literally
Listen.
sat that man in a room in my house and downloaded like the Lore Rim mod list or whatever, and like slapped it on his
Oh my
PT.
God.
I made him play it for like 5 hours.
All right, let's get out of here.
Yeah, we're fucking. I'm not letting him speak anymore, dude. I'm fucking over it.
There we go. There we go.